Now we come to the issue that we really wanted to deal with, ikhwani, about this point, which is alu al-himma. Alu al-himma. This word alu comes from exalted, Ali. Allah is a'la. Alu al-himma. I think this word himma is in Swahili language, muhim. I think himma may be in Urdu, I think so. You Urdu speaking people heard that word before, himma? What does it mean in Urdu? Courage. Alu al-himma, it means to have high determination. To have high determination. I want to bring this characteristic and this point to your attention here today. To have high determination. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants all of us to be people who have high determination. And not to be people who are satisfied with mediocrity. Being satisfied with just enough. This hadith goes to prove that. And one of the points that it shows in the hadith is the fact that Sulaiman, salawatullahi wassalamuhu alayhi, he said, I'm going to have these relationships with these women, and each one of them is going to deliver for me a child who's going to make jihad fi sabilillah. So he didn't want to make tawaf on those women and have relationship with them just to have it for shahwa. He had a goal and objective behind it. So the Muslim, when he wants to get married, he has a goal and objective behind getting married. Many goals and many objectives. And one of the goals and one of the objectives is to perpetuate this ummah. One of the goals and the objectives is that he feels personally, individually responsible for the future of the ummah. He has children. He has children. He doesn't look at his children and they're just toys and games, and he puts his child on the TV and he helps to destroy his own child. He feels a religious and moral obligation to develop his children for the ummah, for the future of al-Islam. That's how he looks at his child. Not like what we find today. The child is just a toy, so we give him a lot of toys. The child is just something that is no problem, so we don't really pay attention to their issue. Alu al-himma, having high determination in everything. And one of the most important things to have high determination in are the children. But not only that, one of us is working and he has a job and he works for someone. He works for someone. And he has to go to work from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Alu al-himma, high determination says, I don't want to work for anyone else. I'm going to do my own business. Not that it's wajib for you to do that, but not being satisfied with having someone as the boss over you. He's a dentist and he works in a place where there are other dentists. He has determination that one day I'm going to do my own business. That's what Allah Azza wa Jalla wants from us. He's driving a truck. He's not happy with driving a truck, but his goal and his objective is, one day I'm going to have my own fleet of trucks. He's driving a taxi. He says, one day I'm going to have my own taxi rank. That's alu al-himma. The student who's in school, he's not satisfied with getting the middle grade. He's not satisfied with that. He wants to come in the saf, number 1, maybe number 2, the least is number 3, as opposed to being happy. In America we call it a C. I don't know, is it a C here? You get an A, B, and then a C. He's not happy with that. He wants an A+. A- is not even good for him. Now let us take a look, ikhwani, at some of the texts from the Quran and the Sunnah concerning this. And they are many. One of the main issues, measurements that we use to determine if a person has high himma or not is jihad fi sabilillah. And we're not going to apologize for any aspect of our religion. We want to clarify our religion to the Muslims and to the non-Muslims, but we will not apologize. You cannot escape from the fact that jihad is from our religion, but it's a correct way of doing it and an incorrect way of doing it. This jihad is the ultimate sacrifice, and it is a distinctive mark between the Muslim man who has high himma and the Muslim man who doesn't have high himma. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ma lakum idha qila lakum infiru fi sabilillahi thaqaltum min al-ard, araditum bil hayat ad-dunya min al-akhirah, fama mata'u al-hayat ad-dunya fil akhirati illa qaleel. Oh, you who believe, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you when the call is made to go out for jihad fi sabilillah? You instead cling to the earth. Allah said that the hayat of the dunya is nothing but provisions, and compared to the hereafter is just a little bit. The hayat of the dunya, ikhwani, comes from the word danu, which means to be low. The dunya is low. The reality of it is low. It's not the goal and the objective of why Allah Azza wa Jalla has created us to be here, just to love the dunya and to put your fingernails into the dunya and to hold on to it and to love it like that. That is not the goal and the objective. The goal and the objective is that Allah Azza wa Jalla wants people to rise above in the dunya. Another example of that, Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, لا يستوي القاعدون من المؤمنين غير أولو الضرر والمجاهدين في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم فضل الله المجاهدين في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم على القاعدين درجة وكلا وعد الله الحسنى وفضل المجاهدين على القاعدين أجرا عظيما. He said in the Quran, they are not equal. They are not equal. Those people who sit down and they don't make jihad, and they don't have a legitimate religious reason not to make jihad. He's blind, that's a legitimate reason. He's paralyzed, that's a legitimate reason. He's an old man, that's a legitimate reason. She's a woman, that's a legitimate reason. Allah said those people who sit back and don't participate in jihad, they are not equal to the people who go out and they make jihad with their monies and with their purses. Allah has given those who make jihad a daraja over those who sit behind, and both groups, they have husna. Both groups, there's good. They have iman, they have iman. The ayat went on to say, but Allah has raised the mujahideen above them with a great reward. The meaning of that ayat is just simply to tell the believers that they are not equal, those who make jihad and those who don't make jihad. So don't be of the people who sit back on the fence and you don't do anything. You don't get strong. Okay, there's no jihad right here, what we're doing right here. But does that mean that we still have to overeat and we don't work out and we don't get strong? Does it mean that? Even those people who are a little bit older from amongst us, does that mean you have to be a weakling? If anything ever happened, you can't do anything to defend yourself? You can't do anything because you haven't kicked the ball or you haven't taken more than 5 steps running for the last 20 years? They're not equal. Just as the people who know are not equal to those people who don't know. قُلْ لَا يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Tell them, those who know are not like those who don't know. What's the benefit of that ayat? The benefit of the ayat is to say to you, you already know that they're not equal. The ayat is telling us, hey, be of the people who know. And don't allow yourself to be of the people who don't know. Do your best to try to come to know about the deen.